Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Bienvenidos. I'm all glam and dressed up because I'm heading to an event right now and I decided to film a little get ready with me. It is a talk through get ready with me, so I kind of, you know, chat with you as I'm doing my makeup and I kind of show you how I do my hair as well, but I've shown you guys that 1,000 times. But I just wanted to come on here and do a get ready with me for today. I'm actually heading out to the Honest Beauty Jessica Alba event, so I'm really excited and I'm sure it's gonna be beautiful, like outdoors. The theme was summer chic, so that's kind of what I went with. But let's go ahead and get into this get ready with me. Finally got a new daily moisturizing lotion. My other one was already running really low. I just washed my face. Oh, and I don't know why my face is like really red right now. Looks almost irritated. And I just moisturized my lips with my Laneige Lip Glowy Balm. This is like really hydrating on my lips. Skin's moisturized, lips are moisturized. I'm not sure if I want to do my brows first. I bought this thing on Amazon that was supposed to come in the mail already. I was gonna like touch up my brows and my upper lip, but it didn't come in, I don't think. So we're gonna have to skip that. I might just end up using like my little face razor to do it. So I'm just gonna use this little razor real quick to touch up my lip. I need to do my eyeshadow first. Little tip, if you have eyelash extensions or you're thinking of getting eyelash extensions, do your eyeshadow before you do your eyebrows. I find that that's the easiest for me. If I do my eyebrows first, then I'm really worried about messing up my eyebrows. When I'm doing my eyeshadow, it's just not good. So I always like to do my eyeshadow first. Now, I don't do much eyeshadow, you guys know this, but for today I do want to do at least a little bit of a smoked wing looking eyeshadow. So I'm putting a little bit of tape there. We're doing the good old tape method. This one I put it a little bit too high. So I am going to take, I'm not even using like a full-on eyeshadow palette. I'm just using two different things. So I'm using my Wet n Wild bronzer. I'm going to use this later. But I am going to take a fluffy brush. This is a Morphe M573. Dipping into that and just working that on this outer corner. It's just something about a really soft, pretty makeup look. That's my favorite thing to do. If I was still doing makeup on like clients and stuff like that, I think I would want to do more bridal, just because there's like a few Instagram pages that I follow and the bridal looks that they do are so flawless. Just doing it like right out there, and it's gonna look a little bit weird until I finish up my makeup pretty much. So we just gotta go with the flow of this. I lied, I do kind of want to do a darker shade. So I'm gonna grab an eyeshadow palette real quick. Whenever I'm looking for a dark smoky brown, the first palette that I go to is my Juvia's Place, the Warrior by Juvia's palette. I always go to this one because this is probably one of the darkest browns that I have. You can see it almost kind of looks black. So I'm going to take that color on, I'll start with an angled, I'll start with an angled brush. This is my Morphe 409, dipping into that brown. It's hard to see because of my lashes, but I'm just going to put it almost like it's a wing, but very messy, because I'm gonna end up smoking that out anyway. Now we can do eyebrows. I first gotta kind of clean them up a little bit. Using my Goof Proof Brow Pencil from Benefit. I haven't used this one in a while actually. And it's shade 4. I need to get a lighter shade in some of my brow stuff now that my hair is lighter. Probably gonna get like 3 in this. My eyebrows are really dark right now. Well, they've always been dark, but they just look darker now that my hair is lighter. So I kind of want to go lighter with them. I don't want to dye them just because then I have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. I'd rather just kind of use a lighter pencil and see how that goes. Lately, I've also been doing my brow gel before cleaning up my eyebrows. because my brow gels can kind of like put some of the product everywhere. You guys see the paletero? As much as I want something from the paletero, we're eating dried cranberries right now. And whatever concealer I plan on using that day, I will use that same concealer to clean up the top of my eyebrows. You can also use your foundation shade. I just like to use a darker shade up here so it doesn't highlight the top. I don't mind highlighting underneath, but the top I don't like to highlight. And then we can buff out the bottom. Boom. We're done with the eyebrows. Let's leave it at that before I mess everything up. So now for my face, we are going to do some primer. Lately I have been into no primer, but I do want to do something a little bit hydrating. When I use primer, I like to use something more on the hydrating side. If it's like very hot outside and my skin is just very oily, I will use a mattifying primer. But for today, I'm just going to use my Too Faced Hangover RX primer and a little spray too of my Mario Badescu facial spray. This is the Rosewater one. So for foundation, I'm going between two, my Fenty Beauty, which I have been using this nonstop lately, along with my Hourglass one, or my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. I can mix them too, but I'll do NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. First gonna take it on a brush and sweep it on my skin, and then I'll blend it out with a sponge. Usually with really full coverage foundations, if I want more of a skin-like look, this is what I'll do. I'll first put it on my skin and let it set, mainly on the areas where I have my scarring, and then I'll buff it out with a sponge, and that gives me the most flawless finish with full coverage. And if you need more, you can always add more. It's always better to start off with a little bit and then build your way up rather than starting with too much, because then you can't really take it off from there. So I use my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Concealer, and this is in the shade 3N, using that same sponge. But before I even do that, I have my little fan that I got from Amazon that I can use. Just gonna use this though, because I already got up 5,000 times and I don't feel like getting up again. And of course, we gotta do some cream bronzing. Adds life to the skin. So I'm using my Maybelline Superstay foundation stick in the color Mocha, and rubbing some of this on the back of my hand. Usually when I put it directly on my face, I apply way too much. So doing it this way, I have a little bit more control of how much I can put on my face without doing the most. Skin is my thing, you guys. Skin is everything. Powder. You can see I have done no powder thus far, and I've already done a majority of my face. The only setting powder that I use is a translucent powder. Occasionally for like a date night, or if I'm going to like a special occasion, or if my foundation is too light, I will go on top with an actual pressed setting powder. But for today, just translucent powder. And I do not even apply this on my entire face. I focus it mainly on my under eyes. This is my Laura Mercier, by the way. I mainly focus it on my under eyes, right there. And I'll bring it down to here too, because that's where I get like super oily and where it kind of cakes up. And then the only other place that I will do a little bit is on my forehead. Besides that, I do not touch up here. I do not touch down here, Sometimes I will do here because that's where I get oily, but I think for today I'm gonna just leave it. To make sure that stays intact and in place, I am using this Wet n Wild bronzer, which I actually like. Usually bronzers from the drugstore are too ashy on me, or they're too light, but this one is not. You can see it has a very warm chocolate tone to it, so I'm going to use this for today and very lightly just kind of set where I put that cream, not doing too much. I don't fully contour my nose, but what I do like to do is take a little bit of that same bronzer and I'll just put it right there. Sometimes I will kind of do it on the sides like this, but for the most part I just like to add some on the top of my nose. One thing I do want to do before putting on my highlighter and my blush is put on some of my Caudalie Beauty Elixir. Love using this in place of a setting spray, and the reason I do my highlighter and my blush after is because I like it to kind of set on top of everything else I put. So I wanted to set on top of this spray so it looks a little bit more skin-like. With the blush, I like to do that too, just so it kind of melts into my skin and melts into that spray that I put. So as it's kind of drying down, I will go ahead and add my highlighter. For today, I'm using my Dior, super fancy. I'm using my Diorskin Nude Luminizer in 04. This is a pricey highlighter, but I think it's so worth it because it looks incredible on the skin. Very wet and moist. There are a lot of highlighters that can give you this same effect, of course, but I just love this for like special occasions. Don't really use this one every day. And blush, I think I'm gonna do a mix of two just because this Rimmel one comes up a little bit lighter on my complexion. This is the Rimmel Maxi blush in Sweet Cheeks, a really pretty peachy pink. And of course my Nars Dual Intensity in Frenzy. I love this. This is more of a cream to powder finish, which is perfect for days like this where you are trying to go for more of a natural kind of look. So I will take this Rimmel one first and place it right on top of the bronzer. Actually, I typically like to apply it right where I put my bronzer. It just gives my cheeks, when I smile especially, more of a like pinched cheek look. And just a tiny bit of this one. And some of that highlighter kind of brushed off with everything I'm putting on top, the blushes at least. So I'll sometimes go in and touch that up too. We can do a little bit more spray just to be extra. I am going to quickly do my hair and then I will come back to show you my finished makeup look. This is my final look for the event. So my earrings are Forever 21. My top is also Forever 21. It's like this really extra ruffly top. My lips are Milani lip liner in Spice. And I think that's pretty much, I have a little bit of lip balm on as well. so it looks a little bit glossy. But that's pretty much everything for this look. I just need to add some oil to my hair and put on some perfume. But that is it for today's little get ready with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram if you don't want to miss like behind the scenes of all of these events. I'm always posting on there whenever I'm not on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, los quiero mucho, and I will see you all in my next video.